Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Let us know real quick if you can hear us in the chat. We're going to make this short and sweet. We're excited to actually bring the winners of the paca and SwapX giveaway to light. We're going to do a random drawing. We also have some other money to give away today, so we'll kick that off. Just let us know real quick if you can hear us okay in the chat, and let's start announcing winners and start giving away money. All right. Sounds like you can hear us. So it's been a long road. Obviously, paca is a year old, so we're more than a year old, which most protocols don't get there. We're thriving, so that's even better. In the middle of that, we decided to collaborate with our partners over at SwapX and do a big giveaway. So that's what you've seen over the last 5 or 6 weeks. And there was a ton of people that got in. I think we got 500 and almost 520 people that got in, and a bunch of different entries. So it's going to be pretty exciting to announce that. What we did do though this week for we had a little deposit contest. The last couple of weeks have been crazy. We've done a bunch of different contests. One of them, if we were going to hit 14 million, give away a little bit of cash. So what I'm going to do is quickly announce that so Keith can make those stakes and get that out. And then we're going to do the SwapX giveaway live. So for the SwapX giveaway, I'll explain it as we go as well, but we're going to draw the original entries, the 3 winners, and then we are going to draw a bunch of alternates because there's a chance that some of those folks may have put in incorrect information, or maybe they didn't have their wallet addresses or whatever. I want to make sure that we don't have to do another live to draw again. So if you are drawn in the original 3 and you put all your stuff in, you guys are the winners. The alternates will also get a little extra bonus. So no matter what, if your name comes up today and you put your entries in correctly, then you're going to get a little extra bonus. But let's start off by showing you guys the winners of the original drawing that we did for the 14 million deposit contest. Let me see if I can show this on screen, because right now I'm sharing a window. Give me 1 sec.
If my camera's shaky, it's because you're on the laptop. So technically, you're all sitting on my lap. So welcome to my living room. SJ, happy. Oh, from Madrid. Nice. A little bit of Madrid magic.
All right, check out this ugly thing. Okay, so last week, excuse me, last week we did, we were pretty close to 14 million and everything's just been flying. Deposits have been great. Obviously, market's looking good too. So times have been great lately. So we decided, hey, if we hit that 14 million mark within the day or the 2 days that we allotted, that we'd give away some cash. So we did easily. So congratulations to you guys. And it was pretty awesome to see. We picked 10 winners that win $114, and we also gave away $500 to the largest deposit. So we went in and pulled the data for every deposit that was made on all the different chains. We used, it had to be $100 or more. We used a random number generator to generate all those, and then we just picked the biggest deposit. So first, we'll say the biggest deposit was done on base. It was 33,292. That's your $500 winner. That in wallet ends in B0D5. So you're the winner there. That stake's going to go out to you. And then all these other winners here, the stake will go out on the chain you made your deposit on. So quick announcement there. All those are going out. Keith's in the background dropping those in. So you guys should see those. Those will be at a 0.4 at the 365 days. So you're going to get paid out well on those.
Congratulations to the winners.
Yeah, we have, if you guys have noticed, we've extended the promo for a couple of days. And the reasoning is for us to go in and create these stakes with the SwapX winners after I vetted them and everything, we're going to have that promo live. And we didn't want to turn it off tomorrow morning, technically like UK time, or tonight US time, and then turn it right back on to make those. We figured we just leave it on for the next couple of days. So most of you will get an extra compound in or an extra deposit in but that's the reason we did it. It wasn't for anything crazy. We got to turn it back on to be able to make the stakes. So why not just leave it on over the weekend, and starting Monday we'll go back to normal. And keep in mind that 0.33 is still a really killer rate in the space. The way I like to look at it is it's like dollar cost averaging. When you're making stakes in here, it's great to do them at 0.4. If we run a 0.37, that's fantastic. If we're doing 0.33, that's very good. The average of all of them is usually a pretty killer rate somewhere in the middle. So congratulations to everyone who's got in. It's crazy to watch the deposits fly in and all the entries fly in for the contest and everything. So if you were one of those winners, feel free to speak up in the chat. Hopefully you're pretty excited about getting some free money. But we are going to do a live drawing. So I'll let you guys address the chat while I'm clicking all these buttons.
All good.
I'm in the back end. That's what she said, doing stakes. So if you can do all that, that'd be cool.
So JC says SJ Happy lives. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that name. Lives in Oklahoma. Nice big change. Very true. Congrats to all the winners. How you doing, Chris? Keep it a buck. I've got some money to deposit on Sunday with fire emoji. Definitely fire. Crypto Watcher, good evening. Show these boys your appreciation. Hit the like button. Paca is a printing machine. That it is. Side note. What did I want to talk about? Oh, the weather in the UK has to be talked about when it's nice. It's absolutely stunning. 25 degrees Celsius, which for us, that's like living in Dubai, in the desert. It's wonderful. Yeah, so in terms of what we're doing, like Scott said, 0.4 is amazing. 0.33 is literally ridiculous when you actually break it down and think about it. So it's not too much of a draw to put your money in at 0.3, but 0.4s are always nice. Missed the biggest deposit by 8,000 law. Oh well, we appreciate you trying. It's the way it works. 25 C's, 77 Fahrenheit in freedom units. There you go, 80 degrees almost. It's not fun at work. Well, yeah, that's very true. I haven't been today. Well, I have been, but not as like my usual supervisor role. I sort of just walked around and then walked out. But
I got a question for everybody in the chat. You guys want to weigh in with your votes? Your options are 1 or 3. The app will give me a choice to pick all 3 winners at one time and blast us out, and then we can decide. Maybe do a random number generator or something like that for who gets first place, or I can draw them all individually. It'll take longer, but maybe build up some more suspense. In addition to that, after we draw the winners, I have to draw a bunch of alternates. So go ahead and let us know in the chat. You guys want me to do one big drawing where all 3 wallets are revealed, and then the suspense will be in trying to use a random number generator to figure out which one of those is going to win first place, or do we just do them individually and then do the random number generator for that again? What do we think?
5 to 1 at the moment.
1 1 1 1.
5 to 2. 5 to 3. 5 to 4. 5-5. It's like a Wolves game, this is.
Fucking A.
You just killed Scott's monetization. Well done, Keith. Although, just for anyone that wonders about YouTube, if you don't know, monetization on YouTube at the moment is pointless anyway.
I'll give Scott the $6 he'll make from the stream.
Oh, no, $6 a month, more like. It's ridiculous. 2, 3, but individually. I thought more people would want some suspense. Some whimsy and magic.
It's pretty even.
Well, let's do heads or tails then. Anyone got a coin?
Give them like 1 more minute, and then I'm done. And then because I'm not even looking at the screen. You could all be looking at my forehead right now. I don't know. I'm just
Pretty much looking at your forehead. Or
Yeah.
5 head. All right. My intention is to make this short, so I got to get this thing going. Let's see. Let me bring it up. I think there's enough people that are saying individual that I'm going to go that route. I got to click live draw.
5 a.m.
Nope, definitely not that. All entries.
Right, before you start, Scott, just all those stakes are now gifted. So all the
Okay.
stake for the biggest deposit and stuff have all been gifted on the chain you put
I'll
it
be
on.
back.
Perfect. Congratulations, everyone. Here we go. Let's share the screen. Let me know if you guys can see that all right. And it's time to give away some money. So I'm about to hit the buttons. Obviously, super big shout out to SwapX, our partners over at SwapX. They've been busy doing a lot of their own things, so they haven't had a chance to talk about the contest too much outside of a couple retweets and stuff for us, but we really appreciate that. They donated the VE SwapX, so people could get over there, start using their platform, and get voting. They've been an incredible partner, so want to thank those guys for sure. And thanks for all you guys just for making this fun. The last few weeks has been super fun. So we're gonna have to figure out some exciting stuff so we don't have a drop off of excitement. Because this was cool. The year mark was cool. Doing the promos was kind of cool. It's just been kind of cool in general. So let's get it done. Let's do the drawing. Here we go. I think it's going to do a little countdown for us. And we're going to draw 3 winners. Then we'll decide which one's going to get first place. And then I'm going to draw probably 6 alternates. So if one of these guys didn't put in their wallet address or whatever, that's how we're going to work it. So this might take a minute, but let's get it rolling at some point.
Where's he gone?
Here we go. Here's the countdown. I should turn on some music, but I did not. So you guys are going to just sit in silence. 3, 2, 1. I don't know how to pronounce that, but is it Semil?
Semil? Oh, yeah.
Semile?
Oh no.
Something like that. It's pretty close, from Auckland, New Zealand. So pretty amazing. All right. That's the first winner. Next is,
Well done.
yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. Next winner. Kind of a slow countdown. There we go. Remco from the Netherlands. Nice. All right. Now we're going to do another one. So we'll do all these 3. We'll pick the winner. I'll pick all the alternates. And like I said, if you're an alternate, we're going to give you a little stake as long as you put your information in. So either way, you're going home with a little bit of money. And Perot won. Another from the Netherlands. Nice. Okay. So those are your original 3, but there's a pretty good chance that somebody in there messed something up, right? Maybe they didn't have a wallet address.
Remco's in the chat.
Oh, really?
Remco's in the
No
chat,
way.
Yeah.
Love it. Here we go. Remco, congratulations. That's super exciting. So as long as you put your information in, okay, you're walking away with some funds. So we had number 1, 2, and 3 is what went in there. What happens if I do this? Oh, to the dashboard. And then we're going to use a little random number generator. And we're going to draw the winner. Let's see.
Exciting.
Let's see if we can get this. Let me switch the screen so you guys can see that. Then we're going to come back and we're going to do some more alternate entries. Let's see if you guys can see this. All right, everybody see it? Might need to get a drum roll, everyone. Even if you're sitting at your desk at work, give us a little drum roll. People are going to wonder what
Some
that you're
sound
doing.
effects.
Minimum 1, maximum 3. So in order they were received. So you're going to have, it shows me different information here because it shows me their personal information. Okay. You've got Samil, I think, something close to that. The S name. Remco.
Yeah. 2, yeah.
And looks like par 01. So those are the 3. We're going to draw it. This is for first place. The other 2 will split the second half of the prize. And the winner is Remco.
It's Remco, and Remco's in the chat.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Cool. Well, like I said, as long as you put your information in correct, expect all those stakes and everything to get carried out and sent over to you in this next short little while. What I'm going to do now, just so you guys know that we're not cheating, is we're going to go in, we're going to pick a bunch of alternates. So if those wallet addresses come up and they're yours, then you still got a chance.
All right, Luke.
All right, Luke.
Let's see. Okay, you guys ready? We're gonna get some draws going, and we're gonna do like 6 of these things. I wish I could speed this up and count them down.
Suspense.
Might be able to go in and manipulate it and have it give me all the rest of the people.
What, do 1 row of 6?
Yeah, it might allow me to do that. I might try that real quick. Okay, SC57705 from Toronto, Canada. You are in the running. And if I go in and manipulate this, say 6 more, and then I did something like this, and then I did something like this. Let's see what would happen. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. This is how I'm going to draw the additional people. So we've got 1 extra alternate. We're going to draw 6 more. So we'll have 7 total alternates. We got to have a winner in there. Anybody who put their information in correct of all these alternates will send you a $50 stake just for being selected. But if someone didn't, then you might end up being one of the big winners. But right now, Remco got the number 1 spot. And what's the total prize value for Remco? Let's see. You're going to get, what is it, a $2,500 stake on base, a $2,500 stake on Sonic. Both of those are going to be at the 0.4 for 365. So you're talking about $5,000, $10,000 in change, maybe close to $12,000 or something like that in actual stakes. You're going to get 25,000 VE SwapX. So you're going to have major voting rights. You're going to get 125 million Al-Sui. You're going to get 2,500 SwapX tokens. I think that's the total prize package for you, buddy. So, and then second and third place will split, so they get half that amounts for all of the
wow
there. So pretty big giveaway, pretty big deal. I don't think anybody else in the space has done anything like this. So it's pretty cool to be able to partner up with a cool team and give away a bunch of cash, and hopefully everyone's loving this.
Oh, I just lost my job a few weeks ago. That's
congratulations. Hopefully these stakes will help pay the bills.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Miami, Florida, Portugal, Spain, more from the Netherlands, Dallas, Texas, Frankfurt, Germany. Okay. Those are your alternate winners. So no matter what, they're going to get a little something as long as they put their information in correct. But that's exactly how we're going to run it. We'll start doing the due diligence now. So we'll go in and just make sure we're checking. If you said you had a XNFT, we got to make sure that's in the wallet that you gave us for Sonic. If you said you made $1,000 stake, we got to make sure that that stake actually happened within the time period. So we're just going to be looking through all those. So it's going to take us a little bit to do the due diligence, just to make sure that we're really, that no one cheated or made mistakes or whatever. It's only fair to everyone that we really spot check all those. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to check every single one in the order that we drew them, and anyone who's put their information correct, the first 3 people that have done it, those are going to be the winners, with your number 1 winner grand prize being Remco. So super excited. I feel like this was pretty fun. We've got an opportunity to do stuff like this in the future, so let us know if this is something that is pretty fun for you guys, engaging. I feel like I said, 520 people got involved. I feel like we could do it even bigger and better next time if we wanted to do it. If you have any other big suggestions that you'd like us to do as a team, I think we're kind of having fun with this stuff. It's well, the promos aren't necessary. They're fun to do. Everyone gets way more excited during those periods. It's pretty quiet in the chat when we're just having normal days. So we like to do little giveaways and promos and different stuff. So we may do a content contest where, you content creators out there like to create certain things, whether it's YouTube videos or write articles or whatever. We may do some stuff like that. So if you guys have any specific ideas, please let us know, because that type of stuff engages the community, gets everyone excited. And, if you're going to spend some time in the DeFi space, might as well spend it with a trusted team and a good community. I think I've said it a million times, said it this morning. I feel like the Paca Telegram is one of the best chats in DeFi. So I want to thank everyone for making that happen. Our admin team is phenomenal. So shout out to our admin team for being in there 24 hours a day, answering questions. And just in general, we're super grateful for the community that we have and everyone who got involved. It's been outstanding. We're leaving the promo live through the end of the weekend. All the stakes will be sent over by the end of the weekend. I talked to the SwapX team this morning, so I'm just going to give them the wallet addresses after we vet them and just have them send it directly, rather than them send us the VE SwapX and then we send it out. So that'll be over to you soon. And any questions or anything like that, you can post them in the chat. I'll let you guys kind of say your piece too.
Yeah, I think congratulations to all the winners, and thank you to everyone that took part. I'm genuinely impressed by the amount of engagement that we've had, and there's absolutely nothing like Scott's alluded to, doing our own mini competitions, and the way it's all set up with engagement is perfect. So yeah, thanks to everyone for getting involved, and congrats to the winners. It's been really cool for us as a team to be able to give more light into sometimes what can be a very dark space. We've had people scammed, we've had people lose money. There's things going on in other projects that people in our chat aren't happy about. But what all we can do, it's like when you talk about football, or for the Americans, soccer, although it's football, the analogy that you can only beat the team that's in front of you. We can only do what we do. No one else affects us apart from us in the market. We don't really get involved with other stuff. We just have to commit to 7 days a week, which I think people forget. We have to do this 7 days a week, 24/7, 365. Even when we have time off, it's never really time off. For instance, I sat in the pub with my missus for 40 minutes today. 36 of them minutes I've got charts on my phone. So it's like she's saying, "Oh, well, I've done this today and I've done that." And I'm like, "What did you just say?" Because we're doing this. And it's not like, oh, poor Lee, Scott and Keith, because obviously we do it because we love it. We do it because we know we're all going to get rich, and we do it because we love our community, and we want it to be a shining light in, like I say, what could be a dark space. So if it wasn't for all you lot and us, we wouldn't be here doing this. So it's a big thank you to everyone that's involved in the Paca world, because that's what it's becoming, and it's only going to get bigger and better, because I've even got real world people that hate crypto, financial advisors. There's 2 of them now calling my phone saying, can we meet up for a little chat? And I'm like, I don't have to sell it to you, bro. Do your research, type it into YouTube. And they are considering investing in Paca, and they're very good people, nice people, just not, you know, I jest about people being not in our world, but if you're not in this world, it's quite difficult to get into this world, and we're trying to make that easier and bridge the gap. So well done to everyone who does make it, has made it, and will make it into crypto. And Paca, obviously.
I am sorry. I'm
I
updating the
expected
site.
some cheers or claps or something.
Yeah, I know. With it so quiet and I don't have the music on, it's just like really, it's really quiet.
Sorry.
I don't know.
I was
We need like-
on the dev. I was on the dev server, like killing the SwapX promo, and wasn't really listening. I was like, "Shit, it's gone quiet. What I missed?" You know,
no, you're
honestly,
you got anything you want to say? We're gonna close.
Yeah,
this
just
out.
real quick. I've had an absolute bitch of a day, so I'm just gonna keep this quick. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved in this. I think it was over 500 or something, Scott. We had entries.
Yeah,
So
about
like
520, close to like 518,
yeah,
I think, or something like that.
The community is amazing, like we said, and our admins are amazing. But you guys as well. Like, I'll wake up some mornings and there's been someone's had like someone news come in overnight, and the community has literally talked them through how to get in. If they've had a problem, the communities have been like, "Oh yeah, this is how you do this. This is how you do that." So it is the best community on Telegram, the best community in DeFi, and it's only going to get bigger. Lots more things come in, lots more fun things like this. And yeah, thank you.
Agree.
All right, a couple good suggestions on the way out. I saw this one that's kind of interesting. We could do a largest deposit contest every time we get 1 million in TVL. And the funny thing is this used to be like a super big deal, you know, and now I think we went from 13 to 14 in like a couple days. And I think we're going to be at 15 maybe by the end of the weekend, but it's wild. But yeah, we're open to doing stuff like that for sure. It's just crazy. Once you get a little bit of steam going and people realize how good a system works, it seems like, you know, people pile in. But it took us a year to get here. You know, it took us, we built the original DApp and took us a little bit to get about 250,000. And then like, okay, we're getting some pretty good traction here. Let's start working on a rebrand and really make this professional. And as we started to do that, we started to realize we wanted to do some more stuff on the DApp. And so we started working on ways to be able to stake growth assets. So we came up with the vaults and the marketplace, of course. We decided to kill off any games and things like that to have directly on the site because it just wasn't quite on brand for what Paca was turning into. Games are fun and I have a good time with them. But this seemed like the perfect mix of like a blend of a little bit of traditional finance, a taste of it, what people are used to, but then really good rates like you can get in crypto. So that's the direction we went. And we're just constantly developing little things and little improvements. We still got some stuff to do. Sui's on the docket coming out very soon. There's just a handful of things that we'd like to do to improve the site. All the little individual things we'd like to fix, little decimal issues and stuff like that are a little bit tricky for new users. We'll clean all that stuff up in the coming weeks. And but in general, I think we built a platform that people can trust and a really good community. So when they come in and ask for help, people aren't just trashing them. You know, they're really helping them get through all the little, you know, issues that they're having. Anytime you have a multi-chain DApp like this, you'll notice as you're jumping back and forth, sometimes it wants to connect to base or whatever. DeFi is not a perfect space, and there's a reason that you can make so much money here. It's because it's not so mainstream. So crypto in general, it's hard to on-ramp money sometimes. It's hard to swap currencies or whatever. There's a big learning curve. And the reason that there's so much money to be made is because the average person won't go through those steps. So if you're here and you're involved and you're making really good money, the reason is because you overcame the barriers that most average people won't do. You know, it's too much for them even to maybe sign up for a Schwab account and, you know, buy some Tesla stock or something like that. So if you're here, it means you want to be here. And so appreciate everyone getting in, and that's how we're able to make good money. The space is in its infancy. And so we've got a lot of good volatility, and volatility is literally what pays the bills here at Paca. We need the transaction volume up and down. That's what creates the fees. We provide the liquidity. So the broker, if you will, or these decentralized exchanges can operate and do the trading we provide the liquidity. That's what pays us the money. That's how we turn around and pay you guys the profit. So just a good little once over on kind of what's happened over the last year and why we're at where we're at now, and why I think we're seeing millions pour in now as the time goes on. So we'll see where we're at by the end of the year. I mean, it would be, I think, not a stretch at all to say we might hit the 25,000 or 25 million mark by the end of the year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Just on to that point, there's a question saying, is there a cap on funds Paca will work with? There's no cap, but also we wouldn't be able to really set a cap because there's constant ins and outs. So if you look at a business balance sheet, there's income and expenditure. On our balance sheet, there's withdrawals, there's marketplace sales, and there's obviously deposits. So what could be a cap today? Let's just say 30 million. It's not, but let's just, pretend for a second. If we get to 29 million and we're approaching the cap, there could be 6 million in withdrawals from earlier stakes back 8 or now 365 days ago, a year, or 8.3 months on a normal 250-day pool. So there's money constantly leaving the system and capital coming into the system, because obviously we return people's money at the end, unless they decide to sell the stake and it moves on to someone else. Paca obviously takes a little bit of profit to reinvest into the system, or if we had a run of people withdrawing, a run of people putting in capital, swapping chains from base to BSC to Sonic, there's no real cap. It just gets to the point, and Scott did allude to this in a previous video / stream, where we will decide when we think we don't need any more deposits, i.e. there's no time frame. That it's kind of a variable dependent on markets, incomings, withdrawals, marketplace sales. So it's although it's a good question, it's not one that we can definitively answer as we sit here right now. The fact is, we just want to continue to do what we're doing with the ins and outs, and that's a healthy protocol, is ins and outs. Any balance sheet on any business accountant's day of looking at balance sheets and statements is the perfect balance of ins and outs. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd say good way to explain that, because there's always funds coming in and out. If you're speaking directly on, like, if someone put in $20 million today, could we work with that? We definitely could. We have to scale into positions. For the most part, the pools that we're in, the concentrated liquidity pools that we're in, are so deep that throwing a couple million in it, barely, and we might see a cent move on the chart or something. You can maybe sometimes we can affect candles when volume's really low or something. That's kind of fun. But for the most part, the liquidity is so deep, it doesn't matter. We could throw 5 million into a pool and it would barely, it might move the chart a penny. So as far as taking on big chunks of capital, not a big deal. There may be a point where we're so big that maybe we can't take it off, but that's so far away. I mean, there's funds out there with $1 billion in it that we could farm. Our 25 million or whatever isn't really going to make that big of a splash there. So it's not a super big factor. There's not really a cap. There's more of the question isn't really like how much money can we take on and make it work. I don't think we'll ever get to the point that that will be a factor. The factor will be as we start to get toward the bear market and we start seeing the market change a little bit, we're going to go, okay, we're not going to be able to support the same rates we are now in the future. So we're going to start to lower those rates, or we're going to say, you know what, Paca's had an incredible run. We'll just let everyone make their last, month's worth of stakes, and then everyone will just continue to get paid out. And then, we'll wait out the bear market. We haven't made that decision yet. It really depends on what the market gives us. So the likelihood is we will lower rates and readjust everything and start to look into how we're going to deal with the next cycle of market before we ever reach a number that's unachievable to farm, $500 million or whatever. I don't think we're going to be there. And like he said, as money's coming in, we're always paying out money too. So the total deposits number is always going to go up because that counts every deposit that's made. But we paid out, $5 million or something like that to investors. So it's not like it's not a real world business where money only comes in and never leaves the system. So hopefully that answers that. I will probably leave it there because I actually have a hard cutoff. I just realized it's like I figured wanted to make this 15, 20 minutes and now we're 35 into it. So congratulations to the winners. Let's do the vetting and make sure everything's good. Once the due diligence is done, we're going to kick out those stakes. If there's any changes to the winners, then we will announce that in the Telegram. And I was trying to think. Oh, like I said, everybody who's been selected on that list today will at least get a $50 stake if you put your information in correctly. So we need all 3 wallet addresses, all that stuff. If you've done the basics, then we'll kick you a little stake just for being involved. But I want to just say one last time, super thankful for our partners over at SwapX. Super thankful for the community thankful for my partners here. I think we've made a banger, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Echoed.
Yeah. 100%.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the quick live stream, even though it wasn't that quick. Share it out to everybody. Hopefully all the winners kind of get involved. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to like get them all in the chat, kind of discussing everything. It'd be kind of cool to see people because there's not just like a random person maybe that isn't involved. So if those people are out there and you know them and can bring them into the chat, it'd be cool to have a little chat with the winners. But anyway, that's it for us, guys. Thank you guys. Happy investing and all that. And we're just super, super grateful that you guys have been down this road with us over the last year and excited for what's going to come up in the next few months.
Absolutely. And remember to hit the like for Crypto the Chameleon that made an appearance for you all. He's the paca mascot. He's not an alpaca. He's the crypto mascot for us all.
Love it.
Thanks, Scott.
All right,
guys. Cheers, guys.
Thank you all.
Yeah, cheers,
Thanks
guys. Thank you.